Hi everyone, welcome to Blossom Life Tarot. And as committed, we are back with a fascinating session around the fascinating world of tarot cards. In this session, we are going to discover the history of tarot cards, which is going to be a very brief one because if I give you a history around it, then it's not really, I don't really, put a lot of information on you, which is of no use, to be honest. But yeah, we will try and understand all the symbols related to tarot cards. Where did it really begin? What is it all about? How can you learn it? The easiest way of learning tarot. This overall workshop will be divided into different sessions. This is the first one just to give you an understanding around from where to begin. So, since we are talking about the beginning here, let's start with the tarot session, our first one, and good luck with that. As you are actually new in the process or you're already a tarot card reader who's at a beginner level, my suggestion will be just make one notebook for this session or any kind of a learning you want to explore about tarot cards and keep that with you because that can be a reference point wherein you want to refer to a card or your own experience with the card. Start documenting your experiences with it. It's going to be a wonderful journey. So, so the ingredients which are required here is your tarot card, your personal one. No one else is using that, touching that. You have a notebook with a pen ready with it, and that's it. Very very minimum investment into this learning, and this course is going to be free. You need not to pay anything for this course. So let's begin. Tarot, as the first lies you see on your screen, it is very, really a fascinating world. When I say fascinating, at times you will not even realize what the cards will come up with and what exactly you're going to read next. With me, in my experience, every card gives me a different message with different individuals. So, for an example, if for one person my strength card says it is talking about the person's strength, then with the placement of the cards before and the next to the card can say that the person doesn't have the strength at all, or the other areas the person needs to put his efforts into rather than wasting their efforts. And so, yeah, every card's meaning will change with your learning as soon as you become the professional person and you move ahead in your journey. So, tarot. The next. Okay, so let's talk about the journey of tarot. Well, the historically, if you talk about where did the first card came from, where did the first card was actually originated, it was in Italy initially. Generally people in Milan, Venice, these are the areas where they used to use them for, gaming purpose. So it was like a game for people they used to play. But slowly, gradually, it picked up, as a source of or the to connect people were able to connect with the divine energy using tarot cards. And I think 18th century was the time when practically people actually started using it for divine purposes and to predict future, looking into past and the present of people. So as I said, I will not actually burden you with a lot of information about the history of tarot cards because honestly, not really relevant to your tarot card journey. To be honest, there'll be certain areas which you will go through in the future sessions, upcoming sessions, which will be helpful, and we will cover them as soon as and when we need them. Okay. So historical context I've already given you that. Well, let's talk about the early tarot card decks. There were early tarot card decks, and if I talk about the most popular one here, you see on your screen, which is Rider-Waite-Smith card. This is the one I also started with when I started my tarot journey, and I started using this one. This is very, very easy in terms of visualization, looking at the picture. I'm able to connect more with this one. There were others also which were available in the market, but then I've said this multiple times in my videos that it's not you who chooses the tarot card decks, it's actually your cards who choose you. And Rider One actually chosen me at that point in time, and this is how I reach here in my journey. If I talk about what tarot cards are today, well, actually, in my experience and what I do generally is I associate tarot cards in the growth of my own journey. Unfortunately, when you do the reading for yourself, at times it becomes difficult and challenging that you're not able to read yourself for in your initial days. But then that one card message or picking up just one card for yourself for the day is actually helpful. So, as in when you enter this world, you have people around you who are actually on the similar path and the similar journey. You will have more people helping you out, and you will have those energy exchanges with multiple readers around you. We are also trying to work around on the platform wherein card readers can actually exchange energies with each other without any disturbance. So that's in the process right now, but not at this point in time. So as of now, pick up one card for yourself and connect with yourself with those cards. This is how you actually look at tarot in today's world, or how I relate to today tarot in today's context. Tarot is actually divided into two parts here. I will not say two parts in terms of the journey, but it is two sets of tarot cards. Which actually it relates. You will be able to relate and reading about it. There are two sets of it. One is a major arcana, which is a set of 22 cards you will see. And there'll be another set of minor arcana cards, which are maximum in number, which is 56 in number, but this is how the overall thing looks like now. When I talk about major arcana cards, you have the Fool, you have the Justice, Death, the World, you have the Wheel, also the Wheel of Fortune there being there. These are the major cards in the arcana family who actually help you. So these are practically the people you will actually meet in this journey of tarot. When I started learning tarot, when I got drawn towards these energies, I used to actually relate these people with the actual people in my life. Maybe I was able to relate to the empress with my mother. Or this is an easier way of actually reading and learning tarot, which I will help you understand in the upcoming sessions. So the first deck, what we will understand in our learning journey as well, that will be major arcana, and these 22 cards will give you help you understand. These are the individuals who will help you understand the career journey better. You'll be, and once you understand them, once you understand their characteristics and their individuality, you'll be able to read your cards really well. The tarot journey or the learning path. Again, I would say, before you start the journey, before you get into this journey of learning tarot, buy a deck which you are able to relate to the most. And then after that, just get yourself familiarized with the card. Put those cards right in front of you. Look at them, shuffle them as many times as you can, so that your energies is actually are the cards are able to relate to your energies and are able to relate to you. I will again say, make them yours completely. That you touch them and you feel that energy in yourself, that you are with someone. There are different readers, different people have a way of connecting with their cards at the start of the reading in different ways. Like few of them just meditate with them for 5-10 minutes, and then few of us actually are able to do our journeys, our readings after that. Praying with the tarot cards, calling on your angels, asking them to be with you while you're reading cards. That's another thing, a few of us do. So everyone have their individual style of connecting with the cards, individual way of connecting with the cards. It cannot be same for you, me, and any third person. You can develop your own way of connecting with your cards, feeling them, talking to them. Yes, you heard it right. I said talking to them. Once you have that connection with your cards, you will start talking to them, and then they will start answering to your questions as well, your individual questions, and helping you in your readings also. It is a divine journey. It needs a lot of focus and trust in the process. This is how you're able to connect in the process and with the people around you and the people who are present in the tarot cards. So it's a very funny thing, or maybe, whatever way you want to take it. I actually, when I have the tarot cards in front of me and whenever I'm looking at it, I feel like that I'm actually connecting with a complete realm of or maybe a king and a queen of a kingdom who are there. And the only difference here is that in a realm, in a kingdom, you have one queen and one king, but then you have multiple options here. And when I say multiple options, these are not the people who are different people, but then it is talking about one character, which is a king, and one character, which is a queen, having different qualities within them as per the situation in their life. Now, it is the same thing with us. We as individuals, are like one person, but then when situation changes in front of us, or situation is changing around us, our environment is changing, we become different person at different places. This is how you read cards as well. These are the same people, same readings, you will see them changing with time. So I have seen this happening with my clients with whom I started at the initial stages of my tarot reading, and I'm still connected with them after 10 years. I have seen cards changing for them if they work on themselves and they work on their learnings and their own targets in life. So when you are doing that, you actually are able to change your readings, and you will see readings getting changed for those people. So similar set of people are changing, and this is how you will see different queens, different kings, different knights and pages appearing in the reading with the time with them. And it's a beautiful process. If you happen to experience that, you will be able to relate to what I am talking to you today. So to come back to, we were talking about major arcana family here. We will read them in detail. We will do some spreads as well with them, and this is how we will be able to, move forward in the process. Moving to the next part of the next segment here, where while we were talking about the minor arcana card, minor arcana is actually a set of 56 cards, which comprises of 4 families, and I call them houses. You can call them suits as well. You have wands. Wands are the people who are very passionate. They are creative, and they create and they inspire people around them. They are very, so when it comes to passion, I relate wands with passion. So wands is equal to passion. Doing something new, you want to introduce something new, you want to do a startup, you want to do something with passion. And when the wands appear, in the relationship reading also, it is talking about the lack of passion, or consistency of passion in your in your relationship, quantity of passion in your relationship. But then, yes, one thing which changes readings and the meaning of cards is the before and after placement of cards in to next, or the first card to the card what you're pulling from any family. Similarly, cup actually is a water symbol here, and then is equal to water, and water actually resembles your emotions. They relate to your emotions. When you're happy, that's when you cry, and water actually comes out of your eyes. When you are unhappy, then also you cry, and then you have emotions which led to tears coming, from your eyes. It is again a form of water. So it is to deal with your emotions, your feelings, your connection, your communication, your dreams, in your life. And whenever cups come in the picture and your reading is dominated with cup, I think you are dominated by your emotions a lot. So again, we will read it in detail. Similarly, when we move to the next family, which is the swords family here in tarot cards, these are the intellectual, intelligent people who are not driven by emotions. So if you have someone who comes, if you have a friend whom you relate with, a queen of, swords, this person will always give you an advice which will be more focused on the actions, practical advice, not considering emotions around. So if you need a clear advice, please refer to someone or go to someone who comes from the swords family in your family. As I said, I was able to relate to the Emperor's card with my mother. Similarly, you will be able to relate to a lot of cards in your with your family members around you, in your office, your workplace. You will be able to do that. So these people are actually they believe in communicating effectively without considering emotions to be the base of their communication on their decision making. So swords are the intelligent people. These are the people who are the ministers in the kingdom, who run the political relationships of the kingdom with other kingdoms. And then you move to the coins, where these are the people who are the finance minister in your house, your mother, your father, whosoever runs it. Or in the kingdom, the finance minister who manages the stability, materialistic part in the house, someone who actually relates to the physical world, money, work area. This coin actually represents that. Most of the time when you're doing a career reading and the coins come in the picture, and then you have the pentacles, we call them pentacles as well. So pentacles come in the picture in the card, then you are actually going in that direction. You will also face instances wherein you're reading for someone or yourself, but then you are doing a career reading, but suddenly you see the cups, or the card of cups, house of cups dominating that reading. In such scenario, cards are actually indicating towards the relationship area, which is more important right now to take care of rather than your coins or maybe your pentacles, your money, materialistic area. Cards will surprise you every time, and you will have those moments of having goosebumps as well. Every reader does, and I'm sure you will also have that. So these four families will be the families who will be managing the activity area in the tarot reading, actions, day-to-day actions, activities. And these emotions, these aspects will be actually dominated and guided by your major arcana cards, wherein you have the Fool coming, talking about the beginning of something or ending of something. You will have the Wheel coming, who's actually telling your time is going to change very soon, or it's not going to change. The change will be in your favor, it will not be in your favor. So you will be able to merge them together and do the reading very well by going through or attending the next classes what we will have around the tarot. Moving ahead to the next in the course, well, I've tried to combine all of it together. I am trying to actually give you a gist around uh, how do you really relate to this? So the Fool card, which is a part of major arcana, is actually a Uranus card. Uranus is a very active energy. It's very bright, it's very sparkling, and this is how the Fool comes in. If you will look at the Fool card, you will feel a lot of fresh energies. It talks about a fresh energy, it talks about starting something from the scratch. Similarly, you have the Magician, which is associates with number 1 in the card, and then you have the Mercury being the owner of this card. You have the High Priestess again, which is very secretive, and then it creates illusions at times, and how this is how it is actually associated with Moon. You have the Empress card, which is a Venus card, talks about the luxuries, talk about everything which is fulfilling, and this kind of energies you will see. So as and when you will look at these cards, you will form your own perceptions and your own interpretations about the card. So this is a reference slide for you all, wherein you have the majority of the major arcana members being a part of it, and representing every number and every sign and a planet in the astrology and the numerology standpoint. But I would again say I never read books which come with the cards. Maybe I look at them, but then slowly, gradually, I had this habit of looking at my cards and interpreting cards as per my need. Well, as I was talking about your need from the card, your interpretations from the card, when you are reading, when you are actually reading for yourself or your clients, one thing which is very important is that just take some time. As I was talking about meditating with your cards, I was talking about cleansing your cards, I was talking about just shuffling your cards multiple times, talking to them, connecting with them in a comfortable, quiet place so that you're not disturbed and you're able to form that connection with your cards. The next step, which is very important here, is ask the right questions. The questions cannot be vague. It has to be a question which is a concrete, specific question. Will it happen or will it not happen in my life? Where my life is going, which direction my life is actually moving towards in my career? Where am I, moving towards when it comes to my relationship? Will I have a breakup? Will I not have a breakup? These are the very clear questions and specific questions you need to ask yourself when you're reading for yourself, or if you are doing it for a client, you need to make sure that the question what they're asking is concrete question. If they're not able to form one, try to help them form one, take their consent, and this is how you do it. Trust your intuition in the process. And when we talk about trusting your intuition, one thing which is very important here is that we don't read for our family members or close family members. At times you get biased, your feelings clutter your decision making when it comes to reading the right cards. So when that kind of a thing happens, you need to be very sure that you're not doing it initially for your family members. This is what I follow, and I have been advised, but at times you will have people coming to you and asking questions who know you already. So if that happens, you will have to make a habit of politely declining the request, or if you want to really do it, then you can do it in a fun way. But then I know people who do it seriously also, who are pretty clear in their emotions and they're able to read them clearly without keeping anything with themselves. So that process, that the reason why we actually not do that or recommend to not to do it for the people who are close to you is that you are always scared of hurting them or saying something with which they will get tensed, or it will bring some kind of uh, disruption in their life. So just to avoid that, this is one recommendation I have for you. But then always trust your intuition. It is very important in the process that you actually, it is not really about your trust in the process and your intuitions. It is about the trust in both the places, or both the parties, your client and you need to be trusting each other while you are reading the cards for anyone. It's very important that you trust each other. This is how you bring the best in your reading. So please make sure that you are doing that and the process itself is trusted by both of you. And what we are going to cover in the next class? Well, the next class and the next session, we will cover the major arcana cards. These are beautiful 22, set of cards, which are in that 78 cards available with you. But before we actually go to the next session, we actually go and read learn the major arcana cards, about them. Interpretations will be built and defined by you only with your cards, that I will not be teaching you. No reader or no teacher can actually teach you that, but then that's something which is your interpretation, and we will cover that in our live sessions. But in next class, please be ready with your own personal tarot deck. I will share the link in the bio from where you can buy that. Shuffle your cards well when you receive them. Shuffle them well, just knock them and tell them that you are there, you want to connect with them. Take their permission, look at the cards, touch them, feel them, get familiar with the cards, their energies, just make them yours, as I said. And as next journey, when we do that, we will give you an overview of what major arcana actually looks like, how these members of major arcana family look like, what are the messages they generally give to you. And again, you can actually develop your own interpretation about the card when you're reading the card, but then we'll give you a brief overview of each card. That is going to be a little lengthy session, will be approximately an hour for sure, or more than that. And then we will begin with the first card, which is the Fool's card, reading that in detail. I hope you like this one. I hope you like the session. We will again connect very soon with the next session in the process, which will teach you about major arcana family, and then we will cover the minor arcana family as well. That's there, and thank you so much. We are now concluding this session with knowing how powerful the cards can be, what you can learn, how you can unfold the secret which is there in these 78 cards. And thank you so much. Hope you like this one. We will, as I said, we'll be back very, very soon. Thank you so much. Goodbye.